Hey everyone, welcome to another Cats and Rats After Dark. I'm your host, Kirby Lupo, joined alongside my co-hosts, as always, Cody Stevens and Nick Levine. And just popping in before we went to air here, our producer, Big C's. I thought you were joining us later tonight.
Right on time.
Surprise!
Right on time.
By the way, Caesar, it ain't Busy Boy. It's Kenny Boy tonight.
Oh,
Take that, Vegas.
that's
Oh, Lord.
Take that,
Kenny
boy.
We're bringing back 2023 stuff, eh?
There we go. Yeah.
There
No, he doesn't show up anymore, Cody, because guess who's had the upper hand on Vegas since that series? It's our Florida Panthers.
But then again, it's probably because Marchessault left Vegas. That's probably another reason why he's upset. But anyway, but boys, we do have, once again, our favorite guest. The man himself, our boy Jim. How we doing tonight, Jim?
What's going on, fellas? How we doing tonight?
We doing all right.
We got a lot of
Great,
notes
Jim.
here for Jim here, Cody. A lot on
1,000 of them apparently.
Sorry, I brought the notes this week. You know, a lot of topics.
You know where we're starting first in the Atlantic, gentlemen? The Montreal Canadiens. And what's the current out-of-town score update right now?
Habs win 4-3 in Vancouver.
You think there's freaking Habs and Cats? Fuck. I mean,
But
It's on the top of my sheet here, Habs.
But for Montreal, it's been a damn good start for him, especially for one Jakub Dobas, who seems to probably taken the reins of the number one goalie and is starting off with a 4-game winning streak to start here. Granted, not the greatest of teams, but Vancouver is probably the best team he's played.
Cody, are you trying to bury Montembeault?
I didn't like him before the season started, so I mean, and Montembeault hasn't been like that better anyway. It's been Dobas to start the year. I mean, hell, Montembeault's at an 884 Dobas before this game tonight was at 950. And both
good start, but the Dobas is a reliable backup. A lot of the Canadian fans are talking about Kakinen getting in there. I'm like, no way.
Yeah, but the Montembeault is the lowest amount of goals Montembeault has allowed in the game is 2. The lowest he's allowed has been 6. He's gone 6, 3, 4, 4, and 2 in goals allowed this year. So I don't know if it's the Canadians leaving him out to dry because sometimes teams play different based off the goalie they have in net.
No.
I don't know. But
I mean, look, I seen this too back in when Devils had Scott Clemenson, another Panther goaltender of years gone by.
I'm good on all that. I hate that guy.
Yeah, but you know what, Scotty Clemenson, when he came in for Marty Brodeur, it felt like the Devils played differently in front of Scott Clemenson, a little bit more reliable D in front of Clemenson, because when you have Brodeur in there, they kind of just like relied on Brodeur to make all these big saves and cover up a lot of mistakes, similar to like Montreal with Carey Price and all that. So yeah, sometimes you may have confidence in your backup goaltender, but then you also realize, hey, we got to help this guy out because he's not our number one. But in Montreal's case, we might have a little bit of a goalie controversy because Dobas has been playing a lot better than Montembeault. And I've always been of the stance that if the Canadians are going to make a deep run, Montembeault might not be the guy that's going to get them to the promised land again.
To the promised land.
Yeah, to the promised land. I mean, what the Panthers have done the last 2 years.
I would say, is the promised land for them like just a playoff round at this point? Because you've made the playoffs, your next step is winning a round or two or whatever the case may be.
I want to take it back about a little less than a year ago. Marty St. Louis was on the hot seat there. I mean, there was real conversations about, when it's time for this group to finally step up, and you kind of saw them taking that turn right around Christmas break, around December-ish, and then they were kind of up and down from there. And then, as Kirby mentioned plenty of times, Nick Suzuki, arguably the best player in terms of performance in the calendar year of 2025, and what they've been able to do there. I mean, all of a sudden, less than 12 months in a year. I mean, you could argue they're one of the most prolific, going to be the most prolific teams in the next 5 to 10 years. And, I'm looking at some of these shifts by Lane Hudson and Ivan Demidov, like the edge work, the skating. I mean, that is not normal for guys that age. It's incredible. And obviously, there's going to be bumps in the road along the way this year. I'm sure there will be, but there's been a lot of talk about number 2 center. I don't know how you don't look at this team and be like, okay, they're only going to get better this year, and not even counting the next couple of years. And a big point of contention was coming into the year was the penalty kill. It's 76%, not great, but it's 18th in the NHL penalty killing around the league. The last 2 seasons really hasn't been as good. I think it's been off by about 2 percentage points on an average.
Okay,
so
Yeah, because average around 80, I would say.
So I remember like 80% last year, or I actually think it was better last year, and then it's a little bit worse this year. My mistake there. But I remember like 81%. I think 2 seasons ago, the year we won our first cup, would have been top 10, like 8th, 9th, 10th. Last year had the Panthers when we were around 80, 81%.
But that
14,
one
15.
year, you're talking our first cup year, goaltending was down around the league. Like that was the
It was.
No, it was that year, the first cup year, because I remember specifically Woodcroft got fired because Skinner couldn't make a save, and then Evison got fired in Minnesota because Gustafson couldn't make a save.
That was
like there were coaches getting fired because goalies couldn't make a save. I remember specifically it was that year.
Now I just want
Montour
to
with the chance there, Curb.
Nick, I want to jump in. What was that?
Montour with the chance there on Skinner.
I missed that. I was flipping
Yes.
back.
If he had scored there, place would have gone nuts.
He's got to get one.
especially
He's
after
got to
came
get
back.
one.
He's gotta get one.
He's got to get one
Yeah.
tonight. He's got to get one
He's
tonight.
100%
flying out
agree.
there tonight.
Yeah, he's playing with a little extra edge tonight.
Do it for Cameron, Brandon. Do it for
Yeah.
Cameron.
But
Cameron's strong.
real quick, before
I just want to jump in on just really quick, Jim. I want to jump in on Nick's point. I'll throw it to you here. This is why I believed in Montreal coming into the season, Jim, because I felt Martin St. Louis already had those growing pains.
No, it's a great point. Last year there was like Nick said, there was like some quasi chatter about him being on a hot seat. But the problem was last year the expectation for Montreal was to play meaningful games. It wasn't to get into the playoffs. It was to be competitive in March and April. They weren't
Even if they slightly missed out.
Even if they slightly missed out, they had to slightly miss out by 4 to 6 points. That was slightly missing out for them.
That's what they thought. Yep.
That's what they thought. But then the Rangers were bad and Detroit fell off. Everybody just fell off. Yeah. This was the year, if you looked at projections going back a couple of seasons, to say, hey, this was the year that the Canadians had to take the next step because Slavkovsky's contract extension just kicked in. Caden Gooley's contract extension just kicked in. No one knew if Demidov was going to be here or not, but we knew Lane Hudson was going to be here. Now they have full seasons of Hudson played most of a full season last year, but Demidov first full season in the league. Right now you have Dobesh. This was the year that they needed to make that step, get back to the playoffs. Winning a round is going to be a bonus for them. I really believe that's the expectation next year for Montreal. This year is follow up what you did last year to prove that you're out of your rebuild, because they have so much young talent coming. And I'm a little surprised to see them atop the Atlantic Division. Going to be honest, I had them as a top 3 team. But the thing is teams that we thought were going to be better have
had slow starts.
Have really had slow starts. And
Florida, but we all knew Florida.
Yeah, Florida.
What about Toronto?
I'm not putting Florida into this, because once those injuries came out, I'm like, all right, well, that's kind of like de facto they're going to have a slow start. But Tampa, Toronto,
yep.
Those teams.
I said one of the two of Toronto or Tampa would start off slow, Jim. I didn't think both.
But Tampa just got their second win today.
Well, you take a look at now Buffalo, the last 5 games, 5 or 6 games. They're
and
finally.
Buffalo,
I had Montreal at the top. I don't think anyone had Buffalo in the top 3.
But kind of just saying, like those interdivision games, like you're just be able to rack up. Like if you had like a 3-game homestand against Detroit, Montreal, and Buffalo the last couple of years, it's 6 points picked up right there. Now it might only be 2 or 3.
Well, just look what the Sabres did this home and home against the Leafs. They took 3 of 4. They just lost in overtime.
Yeah. And Buffalo has had the talent, and Josh Doan has been everything as advertised, especially in the preseason. But for Montreal, there's one guy that's had a really good start for him, and I want him highlighted here because I've watched Montreal's game, and this guy pops to me. His name's Oliver Kapanen. He's been
great
phenomenal
player.
to start here for Montreal.
I thought you were going to say Carrier.
No, I'm going Oliver. Like, Carrier's a known name. Kapanen's not a known name.
No.
But Oliver Kapanen, 7 points to start this year. Like, I've watched him play, and the next day I picked him up in fantasy, and he's been phenomenal for Montreal, kind of like that two-way forward that I thought they were missing. But we'll see. But the one thing with Montreal is when does the youth hit the wall? That's the one thing, because that's just the one thing. It's just, can the youth carry all 82? Because that's just where it's like kind of where I'm kind of at. Like,
and a couple of other just notes here. Obviously, I think we learned today Patrick Line is now up for an additional month or two.
Yeah, but who cared about
3 to
that?
4 months for the sports.
3 to 4 months, and I'm looking to see if the production of Alex Newhook is really going to keep up this way. I don't know if it can.
7 points in 10 games for Newhook to start the year. Bolduc's been on a good goal scoring run to start the year. See if that continues, because I do think he is what's his shooting percentage?
I think it's like in the 30s or something.
He's at 20% right now, so I'm expecting a bit of a drop off there.
The bumper god.
We'll see what happens. Slavkovsky's been just been kind of just Slavkovsky to start.
But they don't need to rely on him.
And then Dobson's been hot and cold to me. That's the one guy.
Yes, they liked how he has. I know some of the low lights don't look good.
But Dobson, see, here's the thing. Dobson and Mike Matheson make a great first pair. And that's the thing. Matheson is covering up a lot of Dobson's.
Oh boy, who would have thought that shit?
What the hell?
Who would have thought?
Hands up, even though we suck.
Who would have thought Mike Matheson would be covering up for the other guys?
The thing is, Mike Matheson gets a bad rap around the league. He's actually a really steady defenseman in the National Hockey League.
He's gotten better.
Right, and he's in a contract year, and I think the Canadians will lock him up to a reasonable
He's
deal.
also on a very good deal. I mean, he's on a very good deal.
Red Wings are surprising, but
they had a nice win today. Comeback win. They were down huge against the Blues.
St. Louis, I don't know what the hell's going on here. But
that's the one.
By the way, 1-0 cracking over the Oilers.
Next, guys, Jim, Devils, Crosby. Where we want to take this?
Yeah, real quick, one final point. Because I want to. Cody mentioned Oliver Kapanen. I had done some shows. Our buddy Coach, I was on in the summer. Guys were asking me about Kapanen. I said I think he had a legitimate shot to make this team, just because I wanted to see what they could do. Top six, middle six. They needed a center. They lost, Emil Heineman in that trade, which, by the way, win-win for both the Islanders.
He's been phenomenal for the Island.
Win-win for Islanders and Canadians. That's a hockey trade. Don't at me at it because it's a win-win for both teams. But Kapanen's come in, looked good in between those young guys. They just have that youthful energy. And the point of, okay, when's it going to hit the wall? I'm not sure, because there have been games early in this season where maybe Montreal loses these games. Last year, Predator game, this one, there's been a couple on this road trip where you're thinking, okay, they should lose these games, even some of the games at home, and they haven't. They've been able to find that extra goal. And I think maybe that youthfulness is going to carry them the whole season. I'm not going to say they're not going to have hiccups, because they're going to have hiccups. But I think their mindset has changed, that it's no more, okay, bad goal happens, now it snowballs into 5-6 goals. It's, okay, goal happens, let's get back to our game, and now we can find a way to win a game. Because tonight, let's be honest, against Vancouver, the last couple of games, they've had BC games, and they've gotten points out of it. So, again, that's just my thoughts on the Canadians here.
But anyway, are we moving on to the other hot team in the West, the one that I had penciled in for the playoffs this year? There was just no way in my head that they were going to miss this year. The Utah Mammoth.
No, it's extinct no more. Mammoth back from the arc.
Cody and I had them locked in. Cody.
Me too. I had them in the playoffs.
They were a dark horse for me last year, but the injuries early last year killed them.
You got to tell us about your Western Conference, because I don't know. And guys, when we did the Western Conference prediction, I don't know if you guys went back. We didn't have enough teams out of the Pacific. We only had 2 named. The math wasn't mathing.
The math doesn't math. If
But-
it doesn't math, it's
but
not
the-
math, baby.
And
Utah ain't over there either.
I think it's also too early to tell, but like Utah, like Nick Schmaltz, I on my fantasy team, unreal. I mean,
Yeah.
he is like, I think he's been a really underappreciated player for Utah,
Shoot.
Arizona.
He almost has back-to-back.
Logan Cooley. I mean, hell, there's a reason why he declined that freaking contract in the offseason.
And it seems like the additions, I mean, like, again, like, they don't jump out at you guys like Nate Schmidt and stuff like that, like, good third pair guy for us. But in light of the Sean Dursey injury, Nate Schmidt has taken on a
John Marino
much
playing
larger
well.
role. Nate Schmidt +4 tonight for all who are counting. But
Yo, party. But hey, by the way, if those that listen to Sirius XM NHL Network Radio in the morning, the El Gordo party bus, he would join the party bus today.
there we go. But I'm looking at his ice time here, and I have like a couple stats pulled up here. Looking at his ice time tonight, he was over 21-16, and on the season, this isn't updated yet. Coming into tonight, was averaging almost 21 minutes of ice time, up from where he was last year in the regular season at around 16 and a half, and in the playoffs around 16-15. So, I mean, you take a look at how Utah's defended. I've watched a couple of their games. Nate Schmidt's been a really kind of steady, solid guy here. I got his first point tonight. It looks like +4. So he's +6 on the year, averaging around 21 minutes a night. And Kirby, I know you like Dursey. I think there's going to be a conversation now. It's back-to-back seasons with long-term, month-long injuries. When does that start to become an issue for them? And he's a really talented player. You hope
they've done a good job insulating that blue line. Nick,
but they've done an excellent job insulating there. John Marino, obviously, Mikhail Sergachev, even an underrated guy like Ian Cole and Oli Mata, who they picked up over the last couple of years. So Utah has done a really good job. And Arizona, too. I feel so bad for Arizona because when they moved to Utah, you knew it wasn't going to be very long before that team started to contend.
And I like Kesserly, Nick, but then they moved him up and brought in a guy like Peterka to add even more to their offense.
Correct. And, when you take a look at the plan, I mean, the defense doesn't even seem to be hurting. I even like a guy like Dmitry Simashev.
Yeah, the first-round pick a couple years ago. So they moved Kesselring because they knew they had him coming up in the pipeline ready to go. So that's why you're really all right with moving a guy like Kesselring. And just bringing it because Peterka's fit in well over there.
Utah,
too.
When you're able to win 6-2 against a pretty good team in Minnesota without registering points from Clayton Keller, I mean, that's another guy. I mean, this year, Clayton Keller, I mean, has 12 points in now 9 games. He has been unreal. I think one of the most underrated superstars in the league. I mean, I don't think we realize. I mean, Utah.
Nick, do they still have a lot of picks left?
I think they have
they have a few. They have a decent amount of picks left. Here's the thing with Utah, though. I mean, I think Ryan Smith wanted to make a splash last couple of years. Don't forget, Mikhail Sergachev's there. That's kind of their quasi number one over there in Utah. Look, Logan Cooley. Look, we all know the report. He come out, denies 8 times $9.6 million. That's a pretty good contract for a player, and looks like he might be getting over 10 unless he wants to win. Maybe he takes 9.75. Maybe he gets just at 10. But again, it all comes down to Kempe and what Tuck does. Yep. But I had Utah in the playoffs last year, and they just kind of fizzled out at the end. But this has been coming. If you go back to their Arizona days, this has been coming for this team because the Coyotes were in playoff contention for most of seasons, and they would just tail off. They just never had the horses to get to the finish line. They have the horses in Utah. They got a new building. It's an NHL building. This team,
new training facility,
new facility, a mascot. Tusky and the boys are just like rolling. They're sweeping the nation. It's a new band. I got royalties to it. So, but they're playing well as a team. And I think the added pressure, and I've heard it from Tyson Nash, their color guy. I've heard it from people I've talked to around there. The added pressure on Andre Tournier as head coach has really motivated this team and motivated him to get this team to the playoffs, because if this team fell short of anything but playoffs, they're looking for a new head coach.
And I think
the John Cooper rumors in the summer.
Yeah. I know, Kirby, you're not a huge fan of Tournier, but I thought ever since he came in, Arizona was competitive from the first year with that brutal team when they went into that full fire sale. And then just taking a look at what they have in superstars up front, you have Logan Cooley, Clayton Keller, and JJ Peterka is your third guy. I mean, that is incredible. I mean, and shout out to Vitek Vanacek, by the way.
Fourth guy, because you didn't mention Keller in there, right?
Yeah,
Keller and Cooley.
Yeah, Keller, Cooley, and Gunther, I would have ahead of
Gunther. There's the other one. I mean, it's incredible. And then you have some veteran guys like Nick Schmaltz. I know Lawson Krause has kind of taken on a lesser role over the last 2 years.
Yeah, but think about that. Lawson Krause takes on a lesser role.
Yeah. I mean, it's incredible, I think.
Panthers draft pick that never played for the team. But
they wanted Rantanen. So.
But on the draft pick front for Utah, they have all their first round picks in the next 3 years, but they also have 3 second-round picks this year. So
wow, so they got enough.
That's going to be a team to watch at the deadline, especially.
Yeah, I think so.
They have $20 million in trade deadline cap space as of right now, $20 million. So it's going to be something. The one thing, and this is like one of my hot takes now for the deadline as of right now. I think Pavel Zacha could fetch a first and more this next upcoming deadline.
I mean, be honest, Cody. I think that's not an outlandish take considering what was going at the deadline last year. Considering they were but
people were smart at the deadline last year. There was bigger names, well, not
just
big
like
names, big price tags.
They were smart in the deadline. They were smart at free agency. I have to think
the free agency class wasn't that.
But I mean, you have the money. You're surprised you didn't see more.
I'll say this: I think if a team tries to trade for Pavel Zacha, they better be making him a third line center because it's clear if he's going to play in the top 6, he's a better winger than he is a center in the top 6.
But I do think whoever trades for him is going to make him a center. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but unfortunately for them. But that's just how I feel about it because Utah is the same thing with the same problem as Montreal has. They just need another center down the middle because. I mean, Barrett Hayden ain't really gonna really get much of the job.
He ain't moving a needle.
Logan Cooley's gonna move a needle, but Barrett Hayden is not. And then you have further down the lineup, you have where the heck did it go? Give me a sec.
Jake McBain's there.
Yeah, Jack McBain, and then
McBain's there. Logan O'Brien's there too.
Yeah, but he's a winger, not. No,
I mean they list him as a center, but he's probably a winger.
Cody took us out.
Oh, and then your buddy. And then Stenlin's there too.
Oh, I forgot about Stenlin.
Yeah,
Stenlin. That's right.
Stenlin's there too. So I mean,
looked at his ice time the other day. He's averaging I think almost 17 minutes of ice time.
Look, but think about it. Former Panthers in Utah, guys that have won Stanley Cups, mindset, culture, understanding how it wins. That's why you bring in guys like that from free agency from teams like that. Look. When we talk about New Jersey, I'm going to say the same thing about Palat. There's a reason why they brought him in. Yeah, his contract may look like, whatever it is, it's $6 million, but he complements the top guys so well and the mindset of what it takes to win.
Cody took us out west there when we were going to stay east. So do we want to stay out west with the Canucks and Flames or we want to go back out east of the Devils?
What about the Canucks?
Let's stay on the Western roadie. Let's just stay out west. Let's do it.
Canucks center issues and some Flames movement you wrote.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Canucks have issues down the middle. I mean, it's Elias Pettersson and it's nobody else. If you really
don't want to talk about injury.
Hito was having a good season, but the issue was he was injury prone when they made the trade last year with JT Miller, and if he could stay healthy, that's one thing. But
Tom Wilson lit him up with another concussion.
And even
Tom Wilson lit up somebody today.
There was almost a goalie fight in that game. By the way, no, I'm dead serious.
I know.
On my Twitter.
We heard it. We were on the spaces when it happened. I think our Alex said something about it. But I saw him. He lit up Ridley Gregg in front of that. I mean, lit him up.
Yeah, but if you look down the middle, it's guys from the AHLs from Abbotsford. It's great. These guys are performing, but you can't have your AHL players outperforming the guys that have been here for a while in the league. I'm talking about Elias Pettersson. Elias Pettersson played well against Montreal, but he needs to do it more on a consistent basis. They need depth down the middle. They don't have it. And if they want to get back to the playoffs and compete in the Pacific Division, they got to get a center. Whether it's Pavel Zacha, as Elliot Friedman talked about, he's been linked to Vancouver. Imagine, just think about
it. Roethlisberger, but I didn't think that was.
That's not a fit.
Yeah, for those who don't know, they made a trade today for Lucas Reichel. I think it was for a fourth.
Yeah, it was
and their other two centers are Atu Ratu, he was
Islander.
former Islander, but I remember he was hyped up. Like,
yeah, it was big time hyped up.
He slipped in that draft.
Like top 10 pick hype, but then he fell to the second round because of like a bad year. And from what I heard from different scouts it was the fact that he just had an earlier growth spurt than other guys and just looked better. And then once the other guys caught up and he didn't have that size advantage anymore, he looked normal. And then Max Sasson, who
is actually playing pretty well.
He's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, but the thing is, like, Evander Kane has been nothing short of a heap of garbage since he got there.
He didn't really do anything for Edmonton last year.
Yeah, except not going back for the handshake line.
Yeah,
but like they got Mr. Hits extraordinaire Kiefer Sherwood still there. Jake DeBrusco, who I thought was pretty good for him last year, and Connor Garland, who also scored in today's game. But it's gonna be tougher sledding for Vancouver unless Reichel realizes his potential. Former first-round pick, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he wanted out of Chicago. Just too many new blood coming in. There wasn't gonna be there wasn't room for him in Chi-Town anymore.
But I can't wait to watch him to see what he looks like in Vancouver. But
didn't he play tonight?
I'm not sure. He just got traded. I would be surprised if he did.
I thought he played tonight. Let me look at the box score real quick.
Dallas takes the lead. RoboCop out in front.
There you go. Yeah, he did play tonight. He debuted. Played 15.54 for the Canucks. It was a -2 though.
Jim, with the other Pacific team there, the Flames, what did you want to?
No,
they should have been in this situation last year. But like I always say, when you count the Flames out, they always overachieve. When you start to bake them in, that's when they fall back.
Look, it's going to be interesting to see what the Flames do because they got pieces. And I think this is what I want to throw out here to the guys. And I've been talking to some people about this. And I've talked to a couple scouts and former players about this. None of the former players I've talked to are happy that the fact that before the season started, the captain of the team came out and said that one of the players was getting traded. And that was the mindset going into the season. Like, you can't have that. It's a bit of you can tell it's a massive distraction to the Calgary Flames. Regardless of what you want to say publicly, the fact that Rasmus Anderson situation wasn't resolved before training camp is an issue. Whether he was coming back, not coming back, signed, traded, that needed to happen. And it's clear it needed to happen. And you can't have the captain come out and say that. Like, he talked to The Athletic and said, yeah, we expect him to be traded. No, you don't say that because your general manager is not saying that. The GM of the team was saying we're not moving these guys because we want to compete. Well, it's getting late early in Calgary, and they've played better of late, especially in these losses. They've played better. But at some point, teams are going to keep hounding about Rasmus Anderson, hounding about Nazem Kadri, and what do the Flames do? Because they have issues scoring. And if you move a guy like Kadri, now you're going to have more issues scoring.
There was also a name thrown out there the other day, Mackenzie Weegar. There's going to be teams interested in him.
Yeah, they're going to be teams. But how many veteran D are you going to get rid of and just rely on young guys? Because then you're going to just be bad all the time. And you need help back there. And I think Weegar's fine on the back end for them. But it's the Anderson situation to me because this team just looks distracted. They need to resolve this situation. It's like 2 seasons ago when they traded all those guys, when they traded Markstrom, when they traded Toffoli, Elias Lindholm, like all those guys they got rid of because it was just distraction city. At some point, Craig Conroy is going to have to go to Rasmus Anderson and say, hey, what do you want to do and where do you want to go?
But Michael Backlund needs to keep his mouth shut.
Well, that's the biggest issue, and that's what I've talked to about former players with. They were not happy with that.
Like,
the goal differential is the worst in the league, too.
I mean, yeah,
it's pretty bad. Last year when they made the playoffs, it was pretty bad.
Nerdy kid on prom night can't score. Like, It's just simple as that. I mean, like.
You can't ask Walt to do anything. Like, Cody, you said regression this year. He's playing well.
Yeah, but I mean,
better fate.
They're not even averaging 2 goals a game
No,
now.
this is Islander territory right
like
now.
16 goals in 9 games.
That's the problem I thought was going to catch up to them last year, and they just found a way to push through in that second half of the year with Kadri having an unbelievable.
Well,
Like-
And
Dustin
Huberto
Wolf.
had a good season last year.
Yeah, but
too.
they're the only
For its
team
new standards.
in the league that hasn't even hit 20 goals yet. And at the rate they're going, they may not hit it for another 3 games if they continue at this rate. So it's just, not good enough from a team that wanted to take a step forward after last year, barely missing the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's like power play percentage. Let's see. They're 28th in the league at 13.2%. I just quick question. If you guys were to guess who is 30th and 30, who's below them, 29, 30, and 31, give me 3 teams y'all would guess.
For scoring,
Power play percentage.
Ooh.
Montreal might be down there.
All right. Just give me 3 guesses.
It's down at the bottom.
Yes, 29, 30, and 31.
I don't know, Rangers.
Just give me 3 teams. I'll let you guys know. Because I'm just now looking at this and I'm kind of shocked.
St. Louis would be in there. I'm not sure on that one, but
All right, so Kirby's got St. Louis, and what else did you say?
Rangers.
Minnesota.
They started good. I thought.
All right,
I'll throw Carolina in there.
Carolina is 31st at 7% on the power play.
Give them the bell.
Really?
30 is the shocking one to me.
Some of their guys aren't.
I just saw it right now. I just pulled it up after you told me Carolina was 1. I see 30. It's really interesting.
Like, for those who don't know, 30 is Colorado.
Oh.
And you want to tell
He was
them,
on the right path there.
and you want to know who's in front of them?
The Great Maple Leaf, just at
And where's Vegas's power play percentage, Cody?
Would they be in the top 5?
top
3?
5, 30%.
Top 5. They are 5th.
Fifth.
That's crazy.
Who
That's
changed
crazy.
teams?
Oh, yeah.
Right,
It can be a little bit of a
Clearly, that Jeremy Lauzon replacement, acquisition is just doing great.
Kirby, here's another question for you. Who's first?
Oh, Minnesota's doing pretty damn good. Is it Seattle? I know it's a pretty shocking team.
Nope. I can't say because I have the list open, so I'm recusing
One of those
myself
teams
from
in
this.
Atlantic, Detroit.
Okay, yeah, East or West?
Is it
East.
Detroit? Is it
East.
Detroit?
It is Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Crosby, yep.
Led by,
Crosby,
Crosby,
Carlson,
Crosby.
Letang, Malkin, all those guys.
led by Eric Carlson.
Led by
Yep.
Eric
Which
Carlson.
is
Philly
which is why they're not going to trade anybody yet. So all
No,
the
they're not going to
Panther
trade
fans-
anybody this season. I don't think anybody's getting traded.
me-
unless they have a
For the
massive
Panther
fall-off.
fans, I got to get this off my chest here.
Uh-oh.
If our players aren't playing good enough, don't waste and make a trade if they are not playing good enough.
No,
I'm going to stand on this.
I like it.
If the players want Zito to make a move in order to make a run at a three-peat, then you play like it.
Like Suzuki and Montreal last year.
It's just like that's like the one thing. It's like every time you lose, like make a trade. Like for who?
Yeah, you can't. This isn't like NHL, like EA Sports NHL. Like you can't just. This is not like fantasy.
You can't
hockey.
load up your team and
No.
try to win 4 straight Stanley Cups in video game hockey. Look,
Yeah.
and I agree with Cody. I think if the Panthers prove to Bill Zito that hey, we can go 3-peat without our top guys, then
Yeah.
great. But if you can't, then don't worry about it. Reload and retool for next year. Last time I was on with you guys, we talked about it. I said, if Barkov's not ready and you know he's not going to be 100% even in the playoffs if he comes back, shut him down and let him get ready and healthy for next year and go after it again. Because the window for this team is wide open. A lot of people may say, no, got to go for it. No, you don't have to go for it. Yes, it's history. I get history's on the line. I get all that. But you know what? You know what's even better is even if you get to the playoffs and you get eliminated early, the rest for the team matters even more.
Like it's like that's just like how I feel about it. Like because we need some guys to play better. We had 2 of them play better today in Reinhardt and Verhage.
They did play really well.
But I'm looking at one.
Yeah, I know.
And I know, and everyone here knows who we're all looking at.
We all know who it is. That's it.
Mambo number 9.
8x8 man.
Well, I'll tell you this one. I got a hot take for you on here. This isn't on the rundown, but I'm going to tell you this right now. Despite him being on 4 Nations and a integral part of that team, there's a good chance that Sam Bennett could play himself off the Olympic team.
I think he is.
If Zach Hyman could, then why can't Sam Bennett?
That's what Nick's been saying this week.
So
look, I think there's a guy. I wrote about it this morning. I think there's a guy that's picking up steam. If Frank Nazar is going to be in the conversation for Team USA, Macklin Celebrini is going to be in the conversation for Team Canada.
Right.
Like, that's the way I look at it.
Canada always goes off, me being the Canadian on the pound, they always go off of what those players did international and for best on best. And that's always going to be in their mind with how Sam Bennett played in that gold medal game.
But you look at what Celebrini did at this Worlds.
Yes.
So I mean,
showed up.
Average a point per game, a little more than that. So yeah, I think. Look, there's going to be a conversation that's going to happen because Bennett is clearly playing himself off this team for Team Canada. I mean, he's not playing off the Panthers because he's got 8 years left on his deal.
He's on the 3rd line right now.
That's been the issue, and that was the issue all free agency because that's all you heard if he was going to another team. What team was going to offer him 8 years at $8-9 million? It was the same argument people were going to make for Marchand going to another team. Those guys can't be 1st or 2nd line players getting paid that much because their point production. Marchand showing up again for the Panthers.
Yeah.
But
you didn't have something to play for this year, like coming into the year with Barkov out in the Olympic year.
But here's also
gotta have some hunger.
And I gotta get this off about Bennett. He nearly was FSU Trash Can Player of the Week this week.
Wow.
Just because of the one shift versus Pittsburgh. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know. And
he didn't end up there. No.
He was almost there. Almost there because of how livid I was. But
we also have on the docket here, Cody wants to probably avoid this because this is one of his favorite coaches. The New York Rangers issues, Jim, with the head coach.
It's a player thing, not the
Olympics.
Look, I am going to say this. I tweeted it out. It picked up some steam in the Pittsburgh area because I got a call about it. I tweeted out the other day in the Shark game when the Rangers were playing the Sharks and the way Pittsburgh's been playing. Pittsburgh defensively looks a lot better under Dan Muse than they did under Mike Sullivan. The Rangers a la look like the Penguins with Mike Sullivan as their head coach and Team USA's defensive issues as well. I never thought Mike Sullivan was the right coach for the team. I'm not a Mike Sullivan hater, but I have stated that I think he's past his prime when it comes to winning because the defensive issues for the Pittsburgh Penguins go back to the 22 Stanley Cup playoffs for the Penguins when they were up multiple times and multiple goals in games 5, 6, and 7 against the Rangers and could not close the deal.
How about the bubble within Montreal, right?
Goes back to Montreal, goes back to that. When the Panthers went on their run, Pittsburgh had a chance against Chicago, Detroit. The bad teams didn't win. Same thing the last couple of years. It's not a player thing. It's a system thing. Now in New York, you add Sullivan on top of the garbage that is in that room. Yeah, it's supposed to be different. But you cannot have guys come out and say, we're taking teams lightly. Like, why are you taking the San Jose Sharks lightly? Why? Because they have 0 wins? Right. Jake Allen just said last night after the Devil game, the Sharks team's going to be good. They have a dangerous top line. How is that not in the New York Rangers scouting report?
And Nick knows this. Nick's watching Igor happen in his fantasy league and everything. That you got to help him.
No, they got to help him out. I mean, the guy's giving him a chance.
But this has been the Rangers issue, and you talk to any Ranger fan, and I've talked to guys around the team. This has been the issue since Henrik Lundqvist was there. They play counter hockey. They don't play attacking hockey. They rely on their goaltender to win them games, and they counterpunch. They don't attack. And you're seeing it again with Igor. Igor's back to his form that he was. Now he's proving why he should be an $11.5 million goaltender. Now, you talk to whoever you want in the Rangers fan base, they're going to tell you one thing and the other thing. But he's giving them chances to win games. They just can't score at home.
Like, it's like, because they were shut out, 3 times at home to start the year?
Yes.
Like,
and they have 6 goals in 5 games on home ice.
And this is probably, I wonder if this is going to spell the end for Chris Drury. I doubt it, but
he just got an extension in the summer.
I just like how Sweeney got an extension over there in Boston. So,
well, Sweeney should have been gone years ago for that horrific draft in 2015. Sorry,
right.
I tell Bruins people all the time. I said, yeah, it's low-hanging fruit when it comes to that 2015 draft, but they could have set themselves up so well for a continued success future, and they didn't. And they haven't hit on a first-round draft pick, by the way. The Hagens will be their guy when he's ready.
It's so... It's so interesting to watch them. It's like they were I saw Rangers sort of giving it to JT Miller the other night for the lack of effort on the OT goal. Like they were giving it to him or whatever, and I expected more out of him because I thought last year just everything went wrong.
I think Nick's guy, as I say that with air quotes, Panarin, that's who they should be.
Oh my gosh!
And Panarin's got on and said he's not going to take a pay cut to stay there. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think Panarin's going to go to July 1st. I really do. I don't think they're going to get a contract extension done beforehand. I don't think it's even an option right now for the Rangers. And their season's going to determine what happens. He could be traded at the deadline if the Rangers are not hovering around the wild card spot. If they aren't even close to sniffing the playoffs, I could see Chris Drury asking him where he wants to go, because I
wonder where he wants to go.
Minnesota. I don't know. Go play with his buddy. I don't know. Look,
Panarin.
No, he's got the rep by the same agent.
He can
come down south and go play
because his best friend's in net for us. So
exactly, and they're both free agents.
It's not going to help us in the playoffs, but whatever.
No. Hey, listen, we got enough playoff guys. Or maybe by proxy, with a bunch of guys taking up space for him, he could turn into one. But anyway, before we go any further, let's hear a word from our sponsor, Caneswear.
Panthers fever is here. Are you geared up? Caneswear in Davie is the place for all your Florida Panthers needs. They have the latest gear for our favorite NHL team. Jerseys, polos, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more. Caneswear has you covered. Stop by their store in Davie or at pantherswear.com. Again, that's pantherswear, WEAR.com for all your Panthers gear.
And a word from our other sponsor, Jeremy Beckham with Next Home Treasure Coast. Hey, Panther fans of South Florida need real estate up? Check out Jeremy Beckham with Next Home Treasure Coast. It's a boutique service with a personal touch. Jeremy the team put humans over houses, working hard for you, whether you're buying or selling. Ready to move? Hit up BeckSellsFLA.com or call 772-475-5371 now. You'll be glad you did. And our next signed photo contest is for the Anton Lundell JSA certified autograph photo. The rules are you must give 5 stars on
5 thumbs up on any of our videos,
5 likes on any Cats and Rats YouTube video, and then DM Kirby at KJ_loops on X or at CatsNRatsPodcast on Instagram to enter. And
just send me 5 thumbs up on that DM. You can put Lundell's name next to it, and then you'll be entered into the contest. We do have an image there if you guys want to share it later or next time.
Can I get one thing off? I got to get this off my chest. I can't do it.
No.
So in the Panthers fan world, there's a lot of comments like this, and I understand where people are coming from with this, but I don't understand why we got to wait till April for him to do something, because he's been outright putrid. And
Yeah,
The
why
oth-
is that the case for us?
and-
But if it's Tampa Bay, you guys are making fun of Brandon
everything's in every
Point.
big game. Bennett will show up. These are big games right here. We're
Yeah,
without
You're
he-
our two best
You guys
players,
are playing well.
and if he's not playing well, and you've seen what we've done so far, we played 500 hockey to start, and if he
fans
does,
are panicking.
I'm just going to say this: $8 million is a lot of money.
Look, if there's any other team around the league, you looked at it last year. They looked at you. You've heard it ever since he got to Pittsburgh. Erik Karlsson, too much money. He's getting paid too much to be a defenseman. You hear it around the league. Like when the guy get perfect example. Let's go look at your opponent the last 2 years. Everybody knocks Darnell Nurse for getting paid what he gets paid as a defenseman. Does anybody think he's a $9.25 million defenseman? No. You know who's getting ripped apart this year? Evan Bouchard. Why? Because he's playing horrible on a new deal that pays him over $10 million. Like, this is the way of the world. When top players get paid top money and do not
they gotta
perform,
produce.
they got to produce. Like you
And
heard
there's no
it from Ron.
caveats like, oh no, he only has to produce in the play. No, you have to produce all year round. Like, sure,
Yeah.
we're going to pay you more because you're a playoff performer, but that doesn't mean you do what you do in the regular season.
is there a world you ever consider trading Sam Bennett? Who am I trading him for?
And you just
Nobody's
signed an
gonna want.
extension.
Yeah, nobody's
Okay,
gonna
hold
want
on,
a
hold on.
contract for that.
This whole thing, first of all, the narrative that he was like a $9-10 million player throughout the playoffs last year.
Panther fans bought into that from the
Was
Toronto.
ridiculous from the get-go on a great playoff run. I'm not discounting the playoff run. That's first of all. Second of all,
But if we're paying for playoff runs, why don't we pay Lusto and Lindell?
but again, to the teams that would have paid him $9 or $10 million, he would have had to be that player for them all year round.
Right, and he's not.
And I have a question, Jim. The
Yes.
teams that would have paid him that money, how
Yeah.
would they be? How are those teams?
They're bad teams.
They're bad. They're bad teams.
They're bad teams. Like San
Except
Jose
for
would have paid,
Carolina.
except for Carolina. But again, I don't know how far Carolina would want to go and pay these people because again, I think Aho's at the top of their salary structure, despite all the
Toronto.
reports that say, "Oh, we can pay this guy and this guy and this guy." Really? Because the owner doesn't want to pay those guys. The GM might, but the owner, who has billions of dollars, may not. And again, that's the narrative I've heard, and that's the narrative I see. And everybody in Carolina says, no, no, no. And I'm like, well, Rantanen was going to get 13, 14 million, didn't want to stay. You guys were apparently going to pay Mitch Marner, but he didn't want to. No. And Nick Ehlers took less than Aho. Who, by the way, Nick Ehlers, 0 points for the Carolina Hurricanes since signing that deal. And Svechnikov has 2 assists. And they're
Actually, no, it's the other way around.
yeah.
It's Ehlers has the 2, Svechnikov has 0,
Zero.
and he
Yeah,
was demoted
zeros,
now to
yeah.
the 4th line.
Yeah,
But-
yes. So,
then-
but you know what I'm saying, Cody. These guys are.
Yeah. But here's the thing, and if you don't believe Sam Bennett is not playing well, and you're not, then you don't want to like, and you think
I
he's
went
playing
back and
well.
watched that.
And wait,
Tony, I went back and
wait,
watched that.
wait,
2 out of 10.
wait. If you don't believe that, because we're saying it, just look at the reasons the coach. He's not going to demote a player that's playing well. That doesn't make any sense. And the whole cohesion thing is he's played with every single winger that we've had, minus Reinhardt.
And those
He's played-
wingers have struggled when they've been.
He's
best
played
of
with Verhaeghe. He's played with Boquist. He's played with
Reinhardt.
Lusto. He's played with Erod. He's played with Samoskevich. He's played with all these guys. It's not really lack of cohesion. He's not playing well. And then the other night against Pittsburgh, he had the one horrible shift where he turns it off the blue and he floats in the D zone. He got benched.
He did a
He
flyby
bas-
to try to get a
He
break.
basically got benched because if you go back and look, he wasn't out there for 6-on-5.
The film doesn't lie.
I'm just going to say this. Or the argument whether he's worth the contract or not, I'm not trying to make that point right now. I want to ask people in the chat, do you think he's playing good right now? Do you think it's acceptable that an $8 million player gets played 13 minutes, gets benched, does flybys, and is playing on the third line when we've tried him everywhere else in the top 6? He can't play in the top 6 without Matthew Tkachuk. $8 million. And I'll wait for the answer.
This is the argument you hear all the time in Toronto when all the guys were together in the core 4. Like when Marner were doing flybys and Matthews was doing flybys and Nylander was doing flybys.
And that doesn't mean the contract's bad right now. I'm just
No.
asking, is that acceptable right now?
No,
That's
it's
my
not.
question.
Not when,
Yeah.
for me anyway, when I'm looking at a player that I just paid $8 million to coming off a season that he had, and he just
And-
averages around 40 to 50 points a season. That's not acceptable.
People were on Barkov a couple of years ago
Right.
because he wasn't doing too much.
Yeah,
Or
but
he wasn't doing enough.
It wasn't
under-
doing enough,
and
and that's fair.
you're saying it's 10 games, but the thing is, he's like on what? He says what? 2 points in 10 games, right?
Yeah,
Times 82. He's on a 16-point pace.
not good enough.
I'm not even going to buy into all that whole thing. I didn't think he was worth the $8 million. He's a 45-point player.
Oh.
But that's regardless. We paid him. I'm not going to sit here and bitch about the contract. He's already paid. And you know what? We're the best team. We're the team most suited to survive that type of contract with the way the rest of our team's structured. But I'm not worried about the contract in the long term right now.
No.
I'm talking about in the short term right now. We need guys to step up because guys are hurt. And
Mhm.
Sam Bennett's a big part of that.
Lundell has stepped up.
Sam Bennett's a big part of that. And I don't think it's unreasonable for increased expectation. The expectation shouldn't decrease when Barkov and Kachuk are out of the lineup. They should increase. It's an opportunity to step up. They shouldn't be like, oh, well, Barkov's not there, so cut him some slack. No, you get paid to increase your production. You have to step up.
With players that are around you on the wings. Just
We are
because
creating
one
excuses.
Matthew Kachuk, Caesar, we have other wing guys out there.
And I'll say the same thing for anybody. This isn't just Sam Bennett related.
And the thing is, like,
It's everybody.
we have a lot better roster
Okay,
than
I'm
a
just
lot
gonna
of
say
these other
this.
teams.
If
Hold on,
he's
hold
doing
Barkov.
okay, if
Hold
you're
on,
not.
Nick. Hold on, Nick. Caesar, go ahead.
No, we have a lot better roster than a lot of these teams, even without Barkov and Kachuk. So there's no excuse for these players to play the way they're playing. So they need to step up. And, look, players need to look in the mirror. Tonight was the first time that actually they looked decent in the last 2 weeks.
Best game of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably the best they've looked since the first week of the season.
Can I just say something to this? He's doing okay if you're not looking at points. Points is over-focused. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, but we're not even talking about
We're not
points.
even
talking points.
Okay,
You guys gotta
go
look at the play.
the third Penguins goal.
Exactly, Caesar.
Go look at the third Pittsburgh Penguins goal from the other night. He got benched because of that, number one.
I just
Number
want to
two,
can I jump in quick, Nick? Go watch it on the Penguins feed. Go ahead.
go watch it on the Penguins feed. Whatever. We can't show it on here, or else we would. You know us. But I'm just going to say this. If you look at, I'm just kind of perplexed by the idea that we can't have increased expectations for him because somebody's hurt. I'm not making a long-term declaration about his contract. I'm not doing that right now.
No.
What I'm saying is right now, when guys are hurt, he's not doing okay right now because when you take a look at what he's done on the power play, he got moved off power play 1 for a reason. He got moved off line 1. He got moved off line 2. Right now, he played 13 minutes tonight against Vegas on the third line, and he's not even on power play 1.
Yeah.
And look, some of that may be. I don't think he's been utilized in the correct way.
Well,
You
the
take a
issue
look at
was-
some of. Go ahead, Jim.
No, the issue was to start the season that when you were trying to figure out your lines once Barkov went down, I always said the best person to move up was Lundell because he can be your number one center and he plays better with Reinhart and Verhaeghe.
I told Armando that on our preview show, and
But right now, Erod's not looking too bad with Reinhard Verhaeghe. That was something.
That's fine too.
Yeah.
That looks good because if you want to keep the chemistry of Luosterainen, Marchand, and Lundell together, I get that from a coaching.
No, but
side of
I'm just
things.
saying Lundell as a player. Jim,
Right.
It doesn't matter about that.
Okay,
I'm
so
putting Lundell there.
I agree with this comment,
regardless.
but what do you want to do? I want him to play better. That's it. I mean,
start doing the little things that keeping the puck in the zone.
and look,
Not turning the puck over.
like here's the thing:
creating scoring chances for other players.
he hasn't looked the best, and maybe he hasn't been utilized the best way. He's not a finesse skill player where he's going to be out on the perimeter making.
But I don't know how can he not be utilized the right way with the Maurice system? I think the system's still been there, Nick.
The system's still there, but you take a look at his usage on the power play early in the year. He's on the perimeter. He's trying
got
to
be in front of the net.
He's got to be in front of the net. That stuff maybe you can correct. But in terms of like the effort,
Gotta get more engaged in the game.
Yeah,
He's not
Bennett
engaged
hasn't-
enough.
Bennett
not
hasn't-
engaged.
Yeah, Bennett hasn't been Bennett yet because when Bennett's on Bennett's time, he's a bull in a china
He's a
shop.
disruptance.
Yes, where he is skating. He's using his speed. He's hitting like he's
in front of the
turning pucks.
goaltender. He's
Yeah,
agitating
not-
players.
He's
I'm not
not
expect-
playing.
Forecheck.
He's not playing Bennett
Bennett
hockey.
hockey. Like
If he, I don't care about
We're
the
not
points
asking
rate.
for playoffs either, Nick.
No,
I'm not.
asking playoffs.
I'm asking for, like, for example, on the third goal the other night, he wasn't. That was. I'm going to be very polite here. That was not acceptable, and and he got benched for a little bit because of it. He's got to be more engaged on that play. When you take a look at when he gets an opportunity on an odd man rush, one of the things you can't control is you can hit the net. You got to hit the net. I mean, how many times has Bennett had the puck on
And
his
you
stick?
guys think he's playing well? Look at his shooting percentage, everyone.
Okay, so Beefcat, what is the top two forwards on the team have to do with him missing the net?
Like nothing to do with it.
it's
What does it have to do with him being engaged in the play defensively on the third goal the other night?
it's not like
If we look bad without
Palmer's
Parkov,
baby and him for the defensive.
I get what Beefcat's saying here because he's basically saying like
10 games. So I mean, look, I'm not saying that I'm not making a long-term declaration, but so far what we've seen, and that's based off what we can all do so far, he wasn't engaged on the third goal the other night. A lot of his shots are going wide. I mean, it's just not enough right now.
Last year in the regular season, Nick, right? Like we've seen this in the regular season where he went 19.
I'm not making a long-term declaration, but if in the next 20 games Sam Reinhart starts playing like this, guess what? Reinhart has to play better.
Yeah, why is Reinhart on the
but we've
third
also
line?
said that last week. Reinhart needed to play better.
yeah, and Verhaeghe too. Verhaeghe's not exempt from this either. The only two guys that I really thought have played well has been Marchand and Lundell, and Samoskevich is thrown into that as well.
I think Reinhardt's been better than what the fan base thinks.
Yeah.
Penalty kill, creating his own opportunities. The plays have died with Reinhardt because he's playing with Bennett.
But
Tonight,
Yeah.
he's not. Look at how he played.
But the thing was, he was missing the net quite a bit on some prime chances he's had.
He's hit the post a lot too. Cody.
Yeah, but he's missed the net on them too the last week. He's got to be better in that area as well.
the guys are getting the puck in the spots.
Yeah, everyone on this team's but here's the thing: he's a proven playoff player.
Although he did have a good regular season last year.
Yeah, but it was 50
Lost last
points,
year.
which was his high.
And that's
Like-
what we're asking
High.
for. And he's not even close
High.
to that pace yet.
He's not even at that.
No,
Like,
but I get it. Like
We're not
you're just
overreacting.
asking you to do the little things that make
Look,
him a
like,
good overall.
and
I'm not
Beef
player.
Cat.
overreacting when we're giving
No,
facts.
and
We're
Beef
giving-
Cat. Like, look,
How is it-
honestly, like I'm a Sam Bennett. I love Sam Bennett. He's a good dude. You know, he knows who I am. We're gonna sit there and criticize him. No,
Yeah,
like
shout out to who it's
like no, he's
Like, I get it.
That was.
He's
That
a
was
good
great.
dude. He knows who I am. Like,
no, but
Yo,
seriously,
clip it,
I know,
clip it.
hey, Caesar, Monitor
it's
and
true.
I both know who I am.
it's
for different
true.
reasons.
You're 100%
no,
right.
but I'm
But
100%. No.
let him talk. Let him
The
talk.
thing
Okay,
is,
go
like, we're not afraid just because we know the players and we're good friends,
Yeah,
we're friends with them. We're not afraid to throw shade at them when they're playing bad, right?
No.
We're here to talk real hockey, guys.
Yeah.
So
If
we
you want to keep elevating up as a hockey,
Yeah,
go over and look
exactly.
at other people's content, how they criticize their team because we
Like-
won the Stanley Cup.
And I mean, and look, I'm the biggest guy that criticizes the Devils the most.
You do.
Like
Yeah.
I criticize this team left and right. I've been doing it since I've been covering this team.
Dougie Hamilton. Go ahead, Jim.
Dougie Hamilton had a bad first period, and he owned up to it, and he played better and scored 2 power play goals. And I have to fight off the fan base all
You
the
go
time.
at Jack Hughes. Imagine
I
that.
go at Jack Hughes 100%. I go at Jack Hughes because his defensive play has been horrible half the time. This year he looks really good defensively. He's always been good taking away the puck. But again,
Get
the
your
Devils-
Devils talk in here, Jim, because we didn't do it earlier.
no. But I'm just saying they have a different mindset. The last couple of years, they would lose games like the San Jose game last night. Like that's a game they lose over the last couple of years because mindset's not there. Let things whatever. Now they're fighting back. They're figuring out ways to win games. That's what good teams do. But I've been heavily critical of Jack Hughes and the way he plays the game, and same with his brother. Like, I still think Luke Hughes causes way too many turnovers, and I think he does way too much dangerous stuff in front of his own net by skating the puck in front of his own net and his own goaltender that almost leads to goals. And the fan base is like, I got to trade Dougie Hamilton. Okay, you don't want to take the next step? Fine. You want to just be an okay team that doesn't make the playoffs? Fine. Because I still think Dougie Hamilton's a good defenseman in the National Hockey League, and look what he does for your power play. He gives you something that you don't have. a shot from the
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, you're a Dougie Hamilton defendant, and then you get on Jack Hughes, and people get on you for that.
Right, but again, I'm looking at the game and criticizing player. I used to criticize Jesper Bratt all the time too, because he wasn't consistent enough through
And what
82 games.
what the potential was and what you expected of him.
Right. And when you hold out for contracts and hold out for money and you don't live up to it, and then you're getting, like, when their former coaches were there, he'd be moved up and down the lineup. I'd be like, well, again, he's got to be more consistent. You want to hold out for $6 million on a bridge deal.
Like Nick said, Sam Bennett didn't take no discount.
Right.
And the thing is, we're not asking Sam Bennett to save the team. We're not asking him. We're just asking to play his game.
Listen, if we look like bad without Barkov and Kachuk, but he's engaged, there's like, no, but like, what do you want him to do?
Yeah, but if he's doing
Yeah,
Bennett
that's all we're
things, if he's doing Bennett things and like it's just
And
like,
comes up short, then we're
yeah,
not.
I'm fine with that.
Forward
What do you-
checking, back checking, and he's
Yeah.
not doing those things.
Yeah,
He
it's just-
takes the odd bad penalty.
Like,
I'm
yeah.
not going to let Cody or Nick crucify him on the post-game show over and over. I'm going to be like, okay, he made a mistake there. But it's
Yeah.
mistake after mistake, and he's not correcting things. And it's the effort.
Like, yeah, it's just like the effort. That's what's bothering me about it. And it's like, and I 100% agree. He's gonna bounce back, but right now it's not a bad thing to say. Like, who would you rather have, Marner
One of the
or
most
Bennett?
disappointing players in the NHL.
Here's a question: who would you have, Marner or Bennett? What team am I? And I'll answer this question.
And look, Toronto's struggling right now without Marner.
You think
Well-
Toronto would be much better with Sam Bennett right now?
Right.
Yeah.
They'd be much better with Brad Marchand.
Listen,
Look.
just if I'm a rebuilding team, I'm taking Marner any day of the week because Bennett will not do anything for me.
No.
But if I'm like,
Seattle, you're saying, or
yeah, if I'm Seattle or something,
I worry about Chicago, how he would build the culture, Mitch Marner. I don't think that's the best thing.
yeah, but if you're trying to
He'll
make
help
the
you, right?
playoffs, you need Marner. But if you're locked in the playoffs, you need help in the playoffs, you go Bennett. It's just, it's like I think is.
And they're both different positions.
I
Center.
think it's kind of getting away of judging them, which I don't like. But the thing is, this is how Panther fans do it. For Bobrovsky, his first 3 years, we heard nothing about the $10 million he was getting paid.
People still.
I have a question. Are we paying Bennett a contract for the future or reward for what he did?
Reward for what he did.
Yeah.
Are we paying guys for what? Hey, again, Luke Hughes and Lacombe, Jim, are getting paid for what they hope to be.
Right.
The Bennett deal, I will argue, that's kind of paid for what he did. 29, 30.
Exactly.
But what should it be? What should it be?
Yeah, but the thing is,
But again, you look at the age of Bennett and you look at the age of Luke Hughes and Jackson Lacombe. It's different because Bennett was a UFA and those two guys were RFAs, and you're buying RFA years.
Yes.
And you're basing it on potential. Like the Lane Hudson deal is based on potential, which I think is going to be.
But my point is, Jim, that's where the
deal.
league is trending to.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
But
Not
also,
where-
just one more point on New Jersey because it's in my head. If you look at the team, I have been critical. I've said they need a top six scorer, said they needed depth down the middle. They needed to play more consistently night to night. And then I'm not basing it on contracts. I'm saying this is what they need to do, and they're starting to do it. Sometimes you need a little bit of that negative criticism, and players hear all of it, and they see all of it despite what they say. They know it. Sam Bennett knows he needs to play better. Like, he knows it. But when you look at it across the league, go find everybody's content, go listen to radio everywhere. When it comes to the National Hockey League, it always comes back to what the guy's making if he's not producing. It's just what it is. How many years did I hear outside of Florida, Toronto market, New York market, wherever, Sirius XM, wherever they talked hockey, they really want to be paying Bob $10 million to be a goaltender?
So
Right
he's
now,
a backup now.
he's a backup now. You know, why are we doing this? Like,
we
all
had no
this stuff.
choice then either.
Right. You had Alex, the Line King, getting you in there. You had different.
They're like, oh, maybe he's the future. He's 30 years old, everyone.
Right.
Alex Lyon is
And
30.
then Bob takes over. The rest
Right.
is history. It's just like I just
But
remember.
he played better because he heard the criticism and he knew he could play better.
He did. He shut off his
Yeah.
social media.
He shut
Right.
off social media and became extremely strict in he found religion, which is very high for him
That's
because he
good.
seems like a very zen guy now, very
Yeah.
detail oriented.
Out his game plan.
Yeah, and that's just how with Bob or whatever. Just here's the way I look at these contracts, because here's the thing: if Luke Hughes has like a bad night or whatever now, and you're like, oh, we're paying him 9.25, but you're like, well, he's not that kind of player yet, so you kind of give him a pass on it. But Bennett in 6 years, he's like, oh, he's had a bad night, but we're paying him $8 million, but he's not that $8 million that he was paid to be anymore. It's just kind of like that. The grace period comes at two different ends.
It was going to be the same for Uyghur, Monter, those guys if they stayed.
But unfortunately, somehow the Bob contracts flipped. Like the bad year was at the first part, the good year's at the back half. I don't know how the hell that's happened, but it's happened.
It's happened. He found it.
But speaking of contract, last up thing on the docket, we want to discuss the contracts for Logan Cooley, maybe Alex Tuck, Adrian Kempe, another UFA.
Yeah, I mean, look. I'll say this. I think Cooley is playing himself into a $10 million contract right now.
I'm at 11 right now with Cooley.
I mean, he could get 11. I'm not sure they'll go that high, but I think he'll get like 10, 10, 5. I think Kempe and the Kings, I don't, if he's going to continue to score like this, he probably could get 11 too, but I think they want to get this done before 2025 as far as what I've been told and what I'm hearing. They want to get this done before the end of the calendar year. They don't want this going into the next calendar year, like January 1st. They want this done, but again, what do they want to offer him? But the way he's producing for the Kings, his numbers only going up, and I think
look at those playoff numbers last year against the Oilers.
Yeah, but look what he's doing right now. He's their offense right now. Like they can't let this guy leave.
Regular season playoffs, he's there. Yeah.
He's a consistent player game to game. And as far as Alex Tuck and Buffalo goes, I think both parties want to stay, but I think it's going to come down to where the Buffalo Sabres are at the deadline. Because if he signs an extension, it may be in the summer, but I could see it happening around deadline time, because if they're in the mix, he's going to be like, okay, the future is going to be really, really bright here.
So there's pressure there, Jim.
It's either that or a one-way ticket to Toronto. Like that's basically it. And there's one RFA, Kirby, that you kind of left on the docket here, and I want to discuss this contract. Mr. Connor Bedard is up this year. What is that contract going to look like?
8 figures.
We'll see. I mean, because I think it's going to be his first big boy. Because I wonder if Cooley's going to look at that contract or wait for that contract to come out. That's what I wonder about. Because same RFA, and Cooley's producing a little bit more, I think, but I think Cooley's a year older. Cooley's 21. Yeah. Bedard, I think, is 20. Mm-hmm. But still range, I think he's kind of waiting for that deal to come out. No? Because Bedard basically kind of has a blank check in Chicago. Because they have nothing else.
What would Bedard be like?
I wouldn't say nothing else
on his wing. What would Bedard be like with Gunther?
Levshinov and Nazar, but they re-signed him.
Nazar, Nazar's been tearing it up right now for the Chicago Blackhawks.
He's even doing that on his own accord.
Yeah.
But what I mean is like contract wise, like Bedard's the franchise, like basically, like as much as good as Nazar's been.
Look, I know. Look, I'll get heat for this, and I had heat with somebody who said this, but you could make the argument the Chicago Blackhawks right now are Frank Nazar's team.
Oh, that's a hot take. That's scolded.
Kirby's not gonna like that one because he's a Bedard guy up there.
My brother's gonna come by.
I could see. I could see that because Bedard's a little bit more quiet. Nazar a little bit more kind of.
Nazar's just out there.
I saw Jim's tweet today on Nazar. I saw it.
Look, I like Nazar. I like the kid. I think he's probably gonna have a good shot at Team USA, just because of his production again. But I think Bedard will get 8 figures. Where you're coming from, Cody, I could see it. They're waiting around to see what Bedard does, and then they'll try to match it.
Because I do think that is a possibility. Because,
yes, I do.
And Cooley also probably wanted to bet on himself, saying, hey, I could do this.
I've been trying not to use that term considering the scandals in the NBA to throw that around.
Just don't go with the mafia, and you're good. Just don't do it. Matter of fact, hey, you said it, so now,
Oh, here we go.
FSU trash can. Player of the week.
Hockey guy? I thought you were supposed to have a hockey.
Unfortunately, 2-0 Seattle.
Who scored?
Cody's way behind.
Ty Cartier.
I'm way behind.
But here's the thing.
What the hell was Skinner doing?
It was going to be Andrew Peeke.
Skinner, baby.
It was going to be Andrew Peeke for that goal against Florida earlier in the week. Skate puck off the foot. But now it's Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier. I mean, I don't know how the hell else I could put this. I mean, you guys are
Damon Jones, does he fit in there too?
Oh,
There's
no
a
one
lot
cares
of
about
guys
him.
that
But Chauncey Billups was a multi-million-dollar NBA coach, and this I can't like. Oh, I knew this had a
Borderline
word there.
Hall of Famer. Also, NBA Finals MVP.
He was raking poker games for the mafia. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
My man said, "Hey, yo, 2-3 zone, and yo, this guy has kings. Like, let's stop this."
The Terry Rozier film does not.
And
Look good.
Terry Rozier blew his NBA career. You know how much?
So you're telling me he wasn't just washed, that was on purpose?
There's a reason why I don't watch the NBA anymore. And if you go look at the Terry Rozier film, that'll show you some.
But Kirby, do you know how much money Terry Rozier just ended his NBA career for? You just want to know why?
North of 50, I think it was.
$200K. Like, he's making $26 million a year.
Okay.
Like, are you
Maybe it was
kidding me?
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I'm sorry. That beat anything
But
the
I
NHL did
I
this
blame
week.
Adam Silver. I blame Adam Silver.
I said
No,
all
screw
along.
that. I blamed Chauncey and Terry. Screw that. No, I blame
Yeah, you can blame them. You can blame them, but I blame
Like,
how Adam Silver has run that league
you-
too.
Yeah.
You can blame them a bit, but those guys made the decisions. I'm sorry.
I mean, they
What
should
were
have
they
invested.
talking about
Shout out
last
Carly
year,
from the
Jim?
Bahamas.
4 Nations stealing all the NBA headlines.
Like, and guess what? They ain't stealing these headlines. I mean, come on.
No. Yo,
Like-
Terry Rozier, again, these are alleged, but there's evidence that Terry Rozier has done some things in games, and the NBA did look into this stuff. Yet Terry Rozier was still playing.
So I'm not sure exactly what was he. Was he selling games? Like
He
Oh,
basically
dude,
no.
he
What
was-
he
He
did
was faking big time injuries to
shaking,
hit unders.
What he would do is he would tell people, "Hey, yo, bet my unders. I'm gonna fake leaving this game."
Yep.
And
And
the problem is these guys were not listed. This is why you have to have gambling transparency. They were listed as active players that day, but behind the scenes, they knew they weren't going that night.
Like-
They weren't playing that.
Shouts out to Cameron. Yeah,
Like-
I can't wait for the
Like this NBA.
Yo, big time.
it'll be out in like 24 hours.
Go watch the
Yo,
Boston.
dude, 10-part series, 30 for 30.
Jim, have you watched the Boston College scandal documentary?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
too.
Like
Go watch
Tim
that.
Donaghy, but FSU trash can league of the week goes to the NBA because what the
Can
hell?
we throw some of your guys' football teams into there?
Which ones?
Yeah,
No, if you're gonna do that, then we're gonna throw the Seattle Mariners in there since Kirby wants to be a prick about it. All right.
No, not a 7-game series, Nick.
Oh, be quiet. Blow it out your ass.
And you want to talk about allegations? The Mariners might have a World Series if Jim's Yankees weren't juicing in the early 2000s. Your
Maybe
pitchers
you guys should have juiced.
Yep.
Thought of that?
juiced up. Andy Pettit, Roger Clemens, anyone? No.
But here's the thing.
I really can't hear anything because my World Series rings are in
Oh,
my
here
ear.
we-
So
Hey,
Ooh.
but
Don't
here's
steal our
also a
Panther
thing.
line. Don't
But here's
steal-
the thing. My team also stopped Jim's team from getting a ring. Go Marlins, baby.
They
We're all
did.
happy family here in hockey. Jim's got all his Stanley Cup
but
rings back.
FSU trash can, like league player, everything of the week goes to the NBA for that horrible scandal.
out.
If it was an NHL player, it'd probably
also,
go.
wait a minute. Can I throw Brian Kelly into the FSU trash can, by the way? Yo, Brian Kelly, LSU coach. Bro just coached his last game. I'm
Yes.
saying it right now.
They lost that game.
Yeah, they got killed.
Yeah.
They got blown out by
Oh my
Texas saying
gosh.
it. They got
It was
killed.
a 3-point game last time
was-
I checked.
Dude, they got blown out.
Wow.
Weren't they leading at
They
halftime?
were winning 18-15.
Cody, I want to thank you for keeping this till the end because I didn't want to take it off the
So,
rails. All
But
your
anyway,
football.
Wait, hold up.
Yep.
49-25. What the hell happened?
they got blown
Yeah.
out, baby. Gone. Brian Kelly, pack your bags. You're going in the FSU trash can.
All
I know
right,
we
all
did.
right,
I know we stopped talking a little bit about the West, but I kind of want to get your guys' take on the Anaheim Ducks and Quinville on how he's doing
now
there.
that's a team. Now that's an
I was
interesting.
low on these guys, Nick.
I'm shocked.
I
I
didn't
thought
think they'd be
Kreider-
a playoff team this year myself.
I thought there was
Kreider-
more of
I
it.
thought yelled at for putting them on the fringe.
I thought Kreider was washed. I thought that.
Is it the Quinville Magic? I mean, it
I don't
happened here
know.
in
They
Florida.
look a-
Well, that's why
maybe.
I had them there.
It's
Yeah.
called. There's an Alexander.
their
There's a
coach
future
last-
Alexander Barkov out west, and his name is Leo Carlson.
Yeah,
Like,
true.
That kid does everything.
Wait till McTavish starts cooking.
And Kreider, I told you guys, the man's not washed. He just played in New York.
He
Like,
just played in a garbage team.
like
Now, Jim, they got a young blue line, so it's going to take some point.
It's going to take some time. Look,
With
they're
and
competing.
Gudas.
They're competing. Do I think they get in this year? No. I think they'll be right there.
Yeah,
but
9th, 10th, 11th. That's
but I don't think they'll get in.
yeah.
I don't
Right.
think this is sustainable. I like the start that they
What's
have.
not sustainable?
What they're doing.
Just what they're doing. I look, they
I mean-
lost last minute. They have a good goaltending. They have good players. I just don't know if they have the mentality, the mindset to finish off the season being there. Yes, they had
But I
that
think
20
Quenneville can get them to play high intensity hockey. What do you call it?
high intensity hockey.
Yeah, I mean,
and then he can ratchet it down and start to throw those defensive fundamentals into their game.
Joe Stahl's kind of slowed
did that
down.
with-
This start. Look, as much as the players don't want to say it, and as much as the players hated him, it started under Greg Cronin, and it's carried over under Joel Quenneville, and they're playing better defensive hockey in front of their goaltender, Joe Stahl.
I
and
still think they have ways to go on that, but they can get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
But with Anaheim, it's just, Mikael Granlund's been damn good for him.
Dude, 5-point night the other night.
Yeah. And
Perfect guy to go there. They couldn't get
and
it.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think
For
Quenneville's going to get when he does come back to Florida?
I don't know. I cheer him,
Nick's
but
reception.
if for what he did in Florida, I'm cheering him for what he did in Florida. But I'm not sure the reception he can get. I wouldn't be surprised if he was booed around the league for the whole.
I don't think
situation.
really anything happened in
I don't think it's
Chicago. I don't
happening,
think
but-
anything's really happening. To be
Yeah,
honest, I think it's like everybody's
know.
kind of moved on from it, and
Look,
Yeah, there was time. There was time there where.
hey,
but
look, I,
social media is different than that.
look. Quenneville planted the seeds in Florida for us to get to this point. Because 1920, it was just a roller coaster of a year. Though then again, I really don't blame him. I blame management for giving him that horrible ass blue line.
You didn't like that blue line. I told everyone.
I mean, he wanted to bench everybody, but but then
Vlad was close to his way out too.
Matherson was on the team.
yeah, but
remember?
then you finally put him with a competent partner in Mackenzie Weegar, and you look what happens back to back damn near Norse
And I credit
campaign.
Coach for that. That's a 7th round draft pick.
look, I'll say this. This is my final thought because I have to get ready because I have to get up. I have an early day tomorrow because I have to get down the arena.
Thank you, Jim, for being with us.
Thank
No,
you,
no
Jim.
problem. I love talking hockey with you guys. I'm gonna say this. I'll go back to last year in the celebration, talking to Bill Zito about the progress of all the players, and Sam Bennett, and a lot of the guys. He credited Joel Quenneville for just telling the guys to have fun and just be themselves and play their game. And Zito credits him for what he brought to the team. He credits Quenneville for allowing the guys to just calm the guys down and say, hey, go out and play your game and go have fun with it. Not, up their butt about things. So I think for what he did for Florida, I think people should, right? Because no one knew at the time what was going to come down the road. Because I think if he stayed in Florida, he might have had the same success as Paul Maurice. I'm going to be honest. I think the team
Conference
was trending.
final at worst, we always say.
Yeah, exactly. But I think the fact that Bill Zito still credits him for the maturity of some of the players on this team speaks a lot of what he is as a head coach.
And I think when he came in, he was a bit of a taskmaster. Then he became a player's coach.
Yeah.
Now you're working hard. Now I can level off. And you
Right.
guys-
Right.
And that's where the culture built.
But I remember when that rumor is when it came out that he was gonna resign. I'll never forget. That's when Tortorella was on some NHL intermission show,
I was
talking
hoping.
us up, and everyone was
Open petitioning.
and
I
we were just.
think we
I was
were all
watching
like-
that live. I'm like, I'm not the only one
honestly,
who thinks this is
I
weird,
was like,
right?
anybody but him. Anybody
Yeah.
but him.
Hey, that's what a lot of people said when we hired Paul Maurice. It's like,
Who said that?
Nick,
Who said that?
Put my hand up. My
But-
hand up.
it's just
Neither's mine.
he planted the seeds, and
Someone
for
grab
those who want to know what we want Sam Play to play look at his first few games of Florida. That's what we want out of him. Because his first few games, he was driving that speed. Frankly, the best he kind of looked was with Huberdeau, if we're going to be honest here.
That's what I'll always
But I think because Huberdeau's a playmaker,
Oh
and
yeah,
And I think Bennett's trying not. He doesn't have that playmaking ability, and that's something that is lacking with him. So
Oh,
It's a struggle right now with this team lacking a couple playmakers out
Yeah.
there. When you're a center, you got to be able to play make for your
Yep.
wingers.
yeah,
Struggle.
but anyway, but Jim, thank you for joining us.
Oh, absolutely,
Jim.
guys. No, anytime.
Is that a
I
Hurricane
appreciate it,
sweatshirt
Jim.
on?
It is, yeah. Cocaine's.
oh gosh,
Yo, I told you I've been a U fan since the days Jimmy Johnson and all that stuff. So
There you go.
okay.
Speaking of
can't-
Jimmy Johnson, we're not even going to talk about the other stuff, right?
yeah, no, we don't
All
worry
you
about
Bronco fans, relax out there. Y'all coming at us. Cowboys Revenge Week. We'll see.
that. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Wait, there's Cowboys Revenge Week.
Yeah, all these Bronco fans in our mentions. And
Javante, go ham, get revenge.
They're so annoying. Broncos underrated, annoying fan base.
Hey, Javante, go brazy, my dog. I need you in fantasy this week.
Drake London, please play, dude. I got you on my fan. Ahmad Ra's
I
on
already
by.
got some news for you, and it's going to be kind of good news. Kirk Cousins is starting tomorrow.
Yes,
So-
I already know that. I need Drake London to play. I ain't got nobody. All my guys, please, Drake London.
But
Please.
we'll bid adieu here to Jim. He's got to go.
All right,
he's the
guys.
one to wrap us tonight here.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, guys. Take
Thanks.
it easy.
Appreciate it, man.
But
Caesar, the floor is yours. I would be amiss if I
yeah, we got
Light off
to
here.
show that off.
Thank you, gentlemen. And just wanted to come on and say thank you guys for everything. But wow, today was such a special event. First of all, I want to thank Bill Zito, Julie Zito, the Panthers on the Prowl, for giving me the honor of donating a Panther to me. For those of you who don't know, Panther on the Prowl is something that Bill Zito has teamed up with the American Cancer Society. And what Bill Zito and Julie Zito are doing is they're selling these Panthers to different people to raise money for the American Cancer Society. He gave me an opportunity because I'm a cancer survivor. He said that I could pick a Panther and design it of myself. And when I got that phone call, it was such an honor for them to even think of me to be able to be part of this. Not only just to share my story, but our story as well in the Cats and Rats podcast. And the story of my little brother too, Sean, who passed away 3 years ago. And for me being diagnosed with cancer 4 years ago, almost 5 in January, it's truly amazing. And for those of you who don't know what Panther on the Prowl is, let me share this with you guys, because I think it's such an amazing thing that Bill Zito is doing. Let's see here.
And you got to meet him at the presentation today before the
Yes. So Bill Zito ended up talking about how this organization is just getting awareness, cancer awareness. For those of you who don't know, Julie Zito is also battling cancer. Several people were there. The Baptist Health Iceplex did a Panther. Bob Marley's family did a Panther. A whole bunch of other people.
Michael Bublé, right?
Michael Bublé. Just incredible people. And shouts out to my friend Kelly. And if you guys want to know more about Panther on the Prowl, go on the Panthers website or Panther on the Prowl on X or
Yeah,
on
we can put
Instagram.
that all in on the
Yeah, we'll put that underneath on the
Send it over
description
to
later.
Yeah.
But yeah, just an incredible foundation, just for them to do this and being able, and it's unique because a lot of people just like, it's like raise money, do like this one-time thing, but no, they honestly are doing something fantastic. Is bringing the community together, bringing artists from all over the world together and showing their art. And it was really amazing to see all different types of art and different types of Panthers that were displayed.
Yeah.
And, my friend Shauna, for those of you guys know who I'm always at the games with, her best friend Kelly was the one who picked or who designed the Panther, who ended up painting it with the markers, acrylic markers, and she did a phenomenal job. Let me go ahead and share it on here if I can with you guys.
Yeah, let's get her stuff linked in on the episode there too, Caesar, for everyone.
Yes. Let me unshare this. Sorry about that, guys.
And it's Kelly with a Y. It's not
Kelley.
EY. Okay.
So yes, shouts out to
Because there's
her.
another Kelly in your section there. It's not different Kelly.
Oh, it's not the
It's not-
Kelly.
not Kelly with the
No,
eye.
it's a different Kelly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want to be clear with that in the community. So they're not reaching out to the wrong Kelly or whatever. Yeah.
But there it is, guys. There's Panther.
Awesome.
Cameron and I, he helped me present it to everybody. It was such an honor. There's us, Kelly and the artist, Bill Zito, the legend. Literally, his kids were just flabbergasted of how amazing she did. And if you can kind of see on the bottom there, guys, on the bottom left, Sean's name is it says in memory of Sean Tobar. Sean Tobar was like my non-blood related brother. He was my best. He was my little brother. My mom and his family and I have known for a long time each other. And my mom babysat him since he was 3 years old. And I can remember when he grew up and was able to start understand hockey and sports, he would ride on the back of my chair. We would ride to the arenas to catch the games, and we would ride back. And we would always be able to meet the players sometimes after the games. And I'll remember this one time. He asked Aaron Ekblad, "Can I touch your beard?" and Aaron Ekblad's like, "Yeah, go ahead." And he literally just let him touch the beard. So, it just goes to show you what this team really means to us, to me, to a lot of people. And as a cancer survivors too, and to be able to show this masterpiece. And I kind of wanted to give that vintage Panther look, right, Kirby?
Yeah.
The old Panther, Leaping Panther. And what a great job Kelly did.
Kelly did out the park with it. Yeah.
Yes, and she did a phenomenal job. Cameron did a great job too, just helping me present it to everybody, talking about it. Just little details. Let me see if I can pull more things up here, guys.
And I just want to say the cancer night tonight, I've been affected with that very closely with my family. I've been at those cancer night games. It was so nice for them to play well tonight, get that win for you, Caesar. You're always going to remember back to this day. And, it was just a good cherry on top of the Sunday of getting that win tonight again.
There's Cameron.
Lifting it. You're going to have to move that around a lot. You said you're going to put it on the set.
That Panther face is crazy.
It's amazing, right, guys? And if you can kind of see behind me, guys, it's kind of right there, back there.
There it is.
Yeah. So
once again, Kelly did an awesome job.
She did phenomenal. And I'll be posting more pictures on there, guys.
Yep.
And
we're gonna have it here on set.
Yeah, it's already back there. He's
it's behind you.
Oh,
yeah. He's hanging out back there, so he'll be with us on set every game.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just phenomenal. And also, Matthew Tkachuk came today to the event, and he's gonna do one for the Winter Classic. So
how was he walking? How was he walking?
He's doing fantastic.
Okay.
Fantastic. So no help, no crutches, nothing.
I hope
he's looking good.
He's on crutches now. He definitely ain't gonna be December.
No, he's doing good. So,
we need a Barkov sighting soon. We need a little bit of more false hope.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I mean, I can't thank enough the Zito family, their kids, just opening their arms around to all my friends, to the Panther community. They're really genuine people. They really care about their fans. And, so check if you guys want to make any donations, go on to the Panthers website or on Panther on the Prowl. Feel free to make any donations.
And we should have that information in the description, right, Kurt?
Yeah. Caesar can send all over to me. I'll try to get it in tonight, early tomorrow. So everyone on the replay will have all that information. All the links there too, Caesar.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So, So the final destination will be here with me. I know RC's asking here, but it'll be with me. And once I get my studio, it'll be in there with us. So it's something that I'll always have in honor of everything that we've done. So I couldn't have done it without you guys. I love you guys. You guys have brought me in here, and
You're the
been so
legend
much
here,
fun.
Big C's. I mean, as you said earlier, Sam Bennett knows who you are. So I mean,
I wasn't trying to be like
Oh, no, no.
like he knows
That was
me.
what it
okay.
goes after dark.
No, but
Yeah.
it just goes to tell
I'm
you,
just
like,
glad it went well today, like the ceremony, the presentation.
honestly, I was blown
I forgot
away.
about it. I really did until because I usually tune in the game at like 7:07, 7:06 is that's usually when puck drop is, and I saw like the cancer thing. Oh, that was today. Like because
Yeah.
Had the Panthers up, right?
I wasn't on Twitter. I was watching college football earlier because there were some games going out to the wire when the Panthers started playing.
You got a message Cody. Cody's got to check that production chat. But I don't think anything was put in there earlier today. But
No, but I forgot completely. I gotta go rewatch that. But I mean,
Yeah. And let me just share one more screen real quick, guys. I want to show you what other the Panthers stuff that they've done. So here's the Panthers on the Proud. You guys can follow them on Instagram.
that's right.
is that Lundell? Hey,
This is one. It was really awesome.
Goldie had one as well.
Yes, Goldie. He had one. He did with the Ammon Arena. Nick Bosa, the Bosa brothers did one as well.
That's why I saw 49ers in Detroit.
Yeah, Miami Heat. They've done one. It's just incredible, guys. Just
well, at least I know which one's going to be the ugliest one.
honestly, just the amount of support that a lot of people came up to us and saying, "Wow, C's, yours is incredible." It just shows like I look at this and I know it's you. Like everybody's like, this has to be Big C's. There's Goldie in the background. Just amazing. And their goal is to sell 200. They're at like, I believe they sold more than 238. So they're almost
in there.
Yeah. And each one is $5,000. So so this is going to the American Cancer Society. So
all the proceeds are, Caesar?
All the proceeds. Yep. And people that bought Panthers, they can redonate theirs to auction them off to the American.
And a little quick math: with 238 were sold, that means $476,000 was raised up today.
And that's not including the auction that's going to happen in January.
Okay. Other items you mean it?
Yeah. So Gretzky's going to do one. A couple of NFL players. They're going to auction one off. So this is
one of the biggest foundations the Panthers have.
Yes, this is amazing. And Julie Zito said, when they approached us to do something, we didn't want to just sit there and just half-ass it, right? We wanted to do something. And there's Mrs. Viola. When I first rolled in, there's Kelly. I mean, look how majestic that looks. When I first rolled in, Miss Viola came up to me. She's like, "Caesar, I love your Panther. It is incredible. It's so you. It's one of my favorites." So it shouts out to her. I told her, shouts out to you and your husband for doing what you did, keeping the Panthers here in Florida, allowing us to share the moment with everybody and winning back-to-back Stanley Cups. But not only that, making us all feel like a family, right? Because they've really done a good job of that. So I'm involved.
And I just want to add, I kept this secret all summer and fall. So
no, you did, Kirby. And I kept sending him. I kept sending him snippets here and there.
People were picking at it. They're like, "What is Caesar indicating? What do you mean? What do you mean?" So I had to keep that.
Yep.
You let Cody and Nick see behind the scenes earlier this week.
Yes, we did. And I just want to show you one more here, real quick, guys.
Cowboy.
No.
Oh my gosh.
In y'all's damn dreams.
Hold on, guys.
Check out Surge right there.
Sorry, guys. There it is.
Oh, there's
this
the
is
shot.
one of my favorite. This is the full details of it.
Yep. Yeah, good ode to like the past and the present.
Yep.
There with
Had the rocket there for We apologize to no one.
Shout out Evan Klosky.
But yeah, I mean, it was incredible, guys. You're just amazing, and you know, what an honor, what a privilege. Kelly knocked it out of the park, and you know, you guys are part of, you know, such an incredible piece of art.
Well said, Caesar. Appreciate you capping us off here tonight on this.
Nothing we could do after that tops that. I mean, come on.
No.
It's Big C's.
Yeah. No, it was incredible. Just seeing everybody come together for a good cause, and you know, we're only here for one thing, and that's to defeat this horrible disease. So
as we sign off here, we thank you for joining us. C's, hit him with this Big C's phrase before we head off.
And like I always say, gentlemen, one shift at a time, one period at a time, one game at a time.
Okay.
Let's go, Cats.
Let's go. For Kirby, Big C's, Nick, and myself, we thank you for joining us tonight.
And Jim.
And Jim. Yep. And as always, let's go, Cats.
What's up, Cats and Rats fans? If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button before you head out. If you're listening to us on Apple and Spotify, make sure you leave us a 5-star review. And just like always, let's go, Cats.